Welcome, everybody. You get a two for today.
Yes.
One's dealing with a toddler emergency, and he's needing to rest because he had been dealing with the toddler emergency overnight. So, Lee, of course, still works. So you get the two Negroes to deal with
Yes.
today, and hopefully we'll be suffice to say enough for you
Mhm.
and appease you people out there in internet land.
Yeah,
YouTube is now. Go ahead.
Marlon, they get the two Negroes because we are blacks against
Niggas. Yes.
yes. Yeah. So yeah, Marlon has a new shirt out. It's called Band. So be looking out for it. Oh man.
We got a few things, but most I think is going to center around this explosion. And well, let's just call it our conspiracy theory about all the terrorist attacks that's been going on. Because we did find a link outside of what people thought with the rental company and all that stuff. So we're going to get into all of it. But first, I think we need to look at the actual footage of the explosion. And you guys can make your assessment of what it looks like. Okay, take a look.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Copy.
That poor dude he was right under it too.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy? Did you see that guy that got hit?
No, I didn't see him. I was looking at the car. Where
Look
was
right
he
here.
standing at? Oh, okay, I see him.
He is right in the thick of it. Somebody was coming out.
Oof.
Copy.
That looked a whole lot more like fireworks. And okay, so let me ask: the Tesla truck isn't a EV, is it?
It has autopilot. Yeah, it is EV because he had to stop at charging stations. Yeah.
So how did the battery not do what normally happens?
What normally happens? You're the electrician.
The type of explosion you would get with the battery cell going off.
It'd have been bigger?
Much bigger.
So where's the battery placed? Would it matter where the battery?
I don't know on a Tesla. I'm assuming it's on the front end.
Okay.
If it is on the front end, that would explain it because the majority of explosion happened on the back end. And if it's contained like it should be, then it wouldn't explode. That was just a question of mine trying to figure out, what happened there. And if that was the case and it is the battery, like I said, it'd be a little bit bigger than that. It'd be a little bigger than that.
And did you see like the windows on the front? Didn't none of them get blasted out, right? On the front of the actual building.
I don't know if I saw any. I don't know. Don't think so.
Yeah. You would figure if that explosion was as big as they claim it was, a lot of those windows would have been blown out. That camera probably would have been blown out.
Door would have been the doorway would have been smashed in. But then again, I don't know the type of. From what I've heard about Cybertrucks, they're pretty containable. But at the same time, something's iffy about it. Very iffy about it.
And that was
footage of him driving up to the truck or up to the location.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look at that real quick.
So someone said the battery's underneath the vehicle. Okay.
So here you go. This is of him driving up.
You can see the Cybertruck highlighted there.
Okay. See.
So through extensive surveillance video, we were able to track.
Okay, hang on.
I'm trying to look in the driver's seat.
And that's what I was looking for too.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if that's somebody or just the seat.
I mean, if you go back, you can kind of see the arm move just a little bit. You'll see it as he's trying to see it. So he was alive at that point.
Now they said he had a gunshot wound, right?
Yeah,
that's what they said.
To the head.
So did he press the explosion and fire at the same time?
That
was it him that triggered the explosion? Now, what could have, now this is just me being TV speculative, okay? I think there is somebody else.
Same.
I don't doubt that he was the one that drove the car. What I doubt is who triggered the explosion.
Agreed.
I believe that he killed himself prior to the bomb going off. And this is my theory based on what I'm about to show you. Okay? Watch me. And I think you'll hear this come out later. This is just my speculation. And y'all can tell me if I'm crazy.
Marlon and I do care about ourselves very much in our lives. We love each other.
Okay, we ain't trying to, I'm not trying to end self. Okay, now watch me carefully and listen to what I'm saying. Now, the guy's standing there, right? Okay. Now remember, this is in New York, right?
No, Las Vegas.
Okay, so this, right? Okay. Now, my theory is that the guy killed himself, and you'll see the moment he killed himself, and then the car explodes. You want me to show you what I mean? Watch the guy carefully, okay? What happens, and I'll tell you exactly when I think the guy killed himself. Watch.
All right, play it.
Right there. He moves back and looks directly at the truck, almost as though he heard something. Okay? I saw it at first, and I thought, so why moved back?
I wish I could zoom in on it.
And then he's looking over the truck, looking at it, and then it blows up.
Oh, and he ran.
This is and this is my theory. My theory is that he heard the gunshot or something akin to it, looked over at the car and thought, well, that's kind of, I'm not going next to it, and backs up. Then the explosion happens. And I think the explosion is by another party somewhere else that triggered that bomb.
That's interesting. Well, here's my theory, the conspiracy theory guy. Tesla Cybertrucks are autopilot. They have autopilot function. So what if there's something more nefarious behind all this? He was already dead. They put him in a driver's seat. They set autopilot to park in front of that place. That pop or whatever that guy, that baggage, whoever he was, heard was actually the fuse, because it makes a sound usually when the fuse is activated. You'll hear like a pop. So what if that was the pop he heard? It was a time fuse. It was a pop, and then you notice it was a few more seconds before it went off. That makes sense.
It happened when the car shut, or like you said, a timer of some sort.
Yeah,
to be pulled up. Yeah.
So it was a time fuse. He heard a pop. That's all he heard. He turned and looked, because most people will. The guy was already dead because the vehicle's on autopilot. Parks there, or if he did do himself, he set it for autopilot. Hit the drive portion. It took off. He was already out, parked in front of it, set a timer. That fuse, he probably went a certain thing. So say it's a 1 minute fuse or whatever. It drives there. That first pop was the detonator. And then shortly after that, boom. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's a little
very interesting. The crazy part about it is that, now this is me. For where it is, and I've done, this is the part where I can say I have done this part. I've put higher quality cameras on weed shops. I have installed higher quality cameras on weed shops that don't make nearly as much as those places make. For them to have such poor quality, they have a higher quality picture out there somewhere.
Think about this, Marlon, and it's alluding to your point. So that's the quality of the camera, but they got something out in outer space that shows us Uranus, so they say, with this perfect 5K, 8K quality all the way up there. But here they can't. They get this.
You get potato and Nokia. You get Nokia brick phone quality.
You get Nintendo. Boop, boop, boop.
I'm just curious about it because, like I say, I have my line of work, when I did do that particular work, Microsoft had very specific camera types that they wanted. And with these Microsoft, now listen to these cameras, you could walk in and say, on any average Walmart entry, right? You have two foyers. You have the entry one, and then you have the inside where you see the produce, right? If the camera were inside by the produce, you could see the person's name badge at the first door. That kind of camera. You're telling me anywhere in that area where Trump Hotel is, you found the one camera that was in 300. Really? Oh, 360 is the one you found? All right. Okay.
A 15 gig camera.
All right. I don't buy it. But hey, you know.
It's something very fishy about this. Just this whole thing, man. It's like all the way up to the point, you know, okay, the guy burnt to a crisp, and we were talking about this backstage. Weapons were burnt. He was burnt. And they found his ID and passport, which
safe, just fine. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Plastic, and you know, it's just plastic. Makes no sense. And you know what this reminds me of? 9/11. Out of all the rubbish, all the burn, they found the passports. Those survived, though. The passports.
So let's take a look at the rental company. The rental company that both, and this is both the driver of the parade crash and the guy that just at Tesla truck, right? They both rented from the same place, right? Turo is the name of the company, headquartered in San Francisco. And the board of directors is where it gets interesting. There she is, Chelsea Clinton. Chelsea Clinton is on the board, and that should give people a lot of questions to be asked, but no one's going to really ask those questions because, you know, you could get Clintonized.
Yeah.
You don't want to get Clintonized. Don't get Clintonized. So here's my question, bro. Here's my question of the day. This is the ultimate question. Was Hillary behind us?
I plead the fifth. No, but
I'll drink a fifth before I do that.
You know, it depends on there. Like I said, there's something deeper with these two guys. I don't like the whole tie between they both at Fort Bragg and all this other stuff. I mean, that could be something in there, but two military guys renting from the same company a few days apart, committing acts of terror, renting from the same company tied to the Clintons. So there has to be something with these guys. You know what I mean? There's something else going on that was tied to the Clintons, or the Clintons had something on them. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm going to say this. We predicted just before our break.
Yep.
Just before the break, if you go back and listen, we said that there were going to be way more actions of this type because Trump won. Remember, we said that.
Yep.
We said it was going to be all local stuff too, not anybody from outside the United States. We spoke that out loud right here before the break. Lo and behold, and you know what they're going to end up saying, right? They're not going to try and pin this on somebody being either left or right wing. What they're going to say is that people actually didn't vote for him and they're acting up as a result. They're already talking about the insurrection thing. And I guarantee you, I will test this theory. I will make a video on YouTube stating that Trump stole this election, and I guarantee you money that video will stay up.
Yep.
I bet you money YouTube will not do a thing about it. They will not put any election integrity on the thing underneath it. They'll not touch it at all. In fact, they'll push it and run with it. Because what they're trying to say here and create in the narrative, the mind of everybody, is that this election was so far off that no one ever would have voted for Trump, that even people who you think would be right-wing, people that have guns, okay, people that buy Tesla, it's no coincidence that they brought a Tesla there. That was a symbolism thing, okay? the Elon connection. They wanted to make it look as though people were displeased with both Elon and Trump. And so to make people believe out in their minds that, you see, nobody really would have voted for him. Even people who you thought would be on his side weren't. And this is what we mean by the election was stolen. I guarantee you this is what they'll start pushing on the news.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because, you know, we're going to see more. They're not done. You're going to see more of these attacks, or these terrorist attacks, pop up. And what does that give the president authorization to do? As we stated before in other podcasts,
martial law, national, threat, national security. If all these attacks keep going on, once martial law is implemented, what happens to the inauguration? Pew, pew.
It doesn't happen. That gives the sitting president the authority to stay in office. And then what happens when old Biden, corn pop, stays in office? What can he do? What are they going to claim?
25th?
Give it to Kamala. They're going to put Kamala in the seat. This is all planned out.
They said something akin to, I've heard this floating around. I saw this one lady brag. I think I downloaded that video. I think I downloaded the video where she was talking a bunch of stupid stuff about how Kamala's coming back.
Oh yeah, I watched that today. Black lady. Her video made my eye twitch, and I thought I was having a stroke after watching it. But while he's looking for that, we've talked about that. These people are desperate. If you thought for a second that they were just going to let Trump just clean slate, hey, he won fair and square, we're done, hands off, welcome to the next president. No, you got to look all the way back to everything they put him through, from his time before he ran to his time in office to all that time he's been out of office, all the way up until this point. They've been trying to get rid of the guy, so they're going to do anything they can to maintain that power. And it has nothing to do with Trump and the way he governs. It has something to do with their power, their money, because they know once Trump gets in there, they know a lot of this stuff is going to end. They know it.
All right, I found it. And I found a secondary one too. Now, please excuse the look of this person's face. I look, if there ever was a female Squidward, it'd be this lady. I'm just telling you, she's not the one talking. She's playing the audio of someone else's statement, and just listen to it. How crazy these people are. And they call us weird. Okay, here we go.
Okay, y'all. The news is hitting. It's looking like Kamala is coming back, y'all. She's coming back from the dead. If you kept hope alive, it's all right. It's gonna work out for us, y'all. I've been worried. I've been nervous. I've been sick ever since November 4th. I have not been able to look at TV. I haven't been making videos. I just had to walk away. Today, for the very first time, I heard on CNN, I heard them discussing what is happening, and it is turning in our favor, guys. They are looking at this shit, and they know that it wasn't right. They know that we got cheated. They know that he stole it. And they had laid the trap already.
I bet.
Already laid the trap, and it's coming back. Mr. Gardner, thank you so much. This is amazing. We needed this. We needed this. We need you at this moment and at this time.
What you praying for?
Glory to God. Mamala, we miss you. Where you at? Come on out here and talk to us. Okay. Yeah.
These black women are so stupid, people. Like, I'm sorry if you're a black woman. This is not about you. I'm talking about those particular types of black women. They are the kind of black women that would easily and happily walk their man to massa on the plantation. I'm not even kidding you. They're the most trifling, delusional, mentally ill, sick, disgusting. She's talking about, yeah, welcome back, Queen Mama Kamala.
Mamala,
welcome back. Cause you so hell bent on murdering the next generation of Negroes. You just happy, you can't help it. You just want them dead so badly.
Yeah,
I mean, look, just admit the lady on the video. Nobody gonna sleep with that. So you don't have to worry about abortion. You are a natural walking birth control pill. Okay, Just be honest with that. You're gonna need more than a plastic bag. You're gonna need like a Walmart sack to make sure you cover that face. That is crazy to me.
Chloroform.
Golly.
And here's the thing with people like that, you know, buffoons, low IQ, remedial people like the person in the video. Do they really think, say it did happen. Let's say we're living in their reality. Let's live in their reality for a little while. Say that did happen. What do you think is going to happen if they do that? Do you think the Trump supporters are just going to be like, oh, well, I guess that it is what it is? They're not. Because for one, they don't want another 4 years of the Democratic Party. So they're not going to just sit back and take it. But you guys think they are. They're not. They're not. So, you know, be careful what you wish for. Because there's going to be a lot of angry voters out there whose vote was thrown away by the Democratic Party once again. Because we know what happened in 2020. It's going to be stolen again, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Who would have thought that the left would actually believe that election could be stolen? I thought I remember them saying that could never happen. It never happens. It is a safe and fair. Nobody ever worries about. You might have 1 or 2 votes gone here, but it never happens. That is untrue. Now all of a sudden, it's true. We knew it, man. We knew it. We knew it, man. You knew it?
It never happens when they win.
Huh.
Notice whenever they win, it's safe and fair election. Whenever they lose, Russia, collusion, Iran was involved. All these people try to interfere with these elections only when they lose. But say Kamala would have won in a landslide, you would have heard nothing about someone stealing it.
Fair. And if you mentioned it, oh, you crazy. You crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. You're an election denier. These people are freaking hypocrites, man. This is why I, for one, I'm one of those people. I don't debate leftists. I'm not going to lower my IQ to talk to these people. Let them live in that world they live in. I'm going to live over in my world and my reality with all the normies, the normal people, and let these NPCs over here think what they want to think. But they're going to enjoy the next 4 years like the rest of us.
And this is again, they're pushing for insurrection too. The two things they call the right non-patriotic for: denial of the election and trying to overrun the government.
You can't make this up, America.
What?
And you know how many times we've said on this podcast, whatever they call us, they're projecting. That's what they are. That's who they are. They are the true insurrectionists. They are the true traitors. They are the ones that hate America. They are the ones that hate what they like to call democracy. I mean, they project. They're everything they call us. So just pay attention to these buffoons.
This is
fun of them daily.
This is funny stuff. Listen to this.
Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, MAGA. Except for it's not going to be happy for you because guess what? Your boy will not be inaugurated in January of 2025. In fact, he'll never be inaugurated at all. He will not be the 47th president. He might get to be president of a locker room or something, but he's not going to be the president of the United States. And based on the sanctions that were put out on Russia and Iran, I don't know, maybe he'll end up in prison. I feel like, there's a certain muskrat that went to Iran not that long ago for nobody knew why. A private citizen just going over to meet with a country. Well, now we kind of know why. Don't.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait
There's a guy I can think of. Go ahead. I know who you're talking about too.
Ben Stiller. You remember Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Didn't he go over? What's his name?
Matthew Penn.
Help me out. Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. Yeah,
they went into a war zone.
Yeah,
war zone, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see you made a video about them. Why are they going over there? Are they getting money that the American people send over to Ukraine?
Hey, Marlon, don't forget. Remember when Barack Obama went to the UK to talk to the prime minister in a private meeting?
Yeah, I do.
He wasn't sitting president though. You know, Biden was the president, and Barack went over there to talk to the UK prime minister for something. I mean, that's okay though. You know,
very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, continue, little
Porky.
Tubbo.
Don't we? Anyway, y'all have a happy New Year's Eve. All right. Good afternoon.
I cannot wait to see this video age. I can't wait.
Yeah, you got to keep that video so we can just make
I'm
fun
keeping
of her
it.
daily. Yes.
I'm keeping it.
And
So go ahead.
They keep saying Trump's going to jail. How long have we been hearing Trump's going to go to prison? How long?
I don't even know.
Like
I don't even
7,
know.
8 years. He's supposed to be in prison already. 400 something years, life sentence under the prison. He's not in prison.
Listen. I'm just glad we did one thing.
What's that?
We have done the impossible.
Mm-hmm.
The conservatives have done the impossible. You ready for the impossible?
Yeah.
We have made the left believe election integrity is weak. And we have made the left believe that January 6th was a good thing.
Yes.
Because trust me, they'll try their own. And here's what I ask people to do. Don't stop them.
Let them do it.
Stop discouraging them. Stop asking them to not do it. Make sure you step out of their way. Let them have their own J6. Here's why. They will actually go through with a true, genuine coup. There will be way more bodies that day than there ever was when they called Jan 6 back in the day. It would not be the same. Okay? Let them do it. That way they can sit in prison for life, not just 2 years. We want them to be in prison for life. As many as possible. Send them to prison, make license plates and crack rocks for the rest of their life. Let them do it, people. Stop encouraging them to stop.
Let them go. We got to clear the playing field, you know.
Let them do what they got to do.
And don't forget when Raskin said January 6th, we're not going to certify the election. There'll be civil war type conditions. We're all going to need bodyguards. Mm-hmm. He said it. Remember, he said that. So just understand that they tell us everything that they're going to do, that they plan on doing. But we'll see. January 6th is just around the corner.
Look, I'm saying this for this reason. They're setting all the chess pieces up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
War kicking off overseas. Local anger kicking off here. You're going to see more race stuff kick off too. I anticipate at least one more local terroristic activity here before the 6th, probably 2 before the 20th. You're going to see them try and push for martial law, and I hope it never goes through. Mm-hmm. But if it does, understand this, let it happen.
Yep.
Let it happen. If you want to save this country, let people see who the real violent people are. Don't get in their way. Don't be like that. Let them expose themselves. Stop trying to be the one that's going to be, I can't allow. No, allow it. Allow it. The only way we can fight something is when they actually show themselves for what they are. We have to let them do it. You have to. And in this case, we have to show that we were right about what their goal was, and when they don't win, what they actually do versus what we do if we don't win.
Yep.
They tried to make it look like us on J6. It didn't work out because more of the people that we called us got hurt than they did.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do what they got to do. Let their anger show. Let their violence come out. Let everything take place as it should be so that we understand who they are and who is behind it. Let it happen.
And just know that their playbook is fear. We should always understand that. If they can have us living in fear, this is why we're getting hit with so many things these last few weeks. And I called it the chaos campaign. Those that follow me on TikTok, I said, watch out for the chaos campaign. And I think I said it on here a couple of weeks ago. And I said, it's going to be coming in hard and heavy, is to instill fear in the people. Once they have you scared, they control you. Don't live in fear. Like Marlon said, whatever happens, happens. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. Take care of whoever you have to take care of. Just as long as your piece of the pie is taken care of, whatever's happening outside, don't worry about it. Trust the process. Let them expose themselves, as Marlon stated.
Yeah. It makes no sense to step in front of that one statement. Never interrupt your enemy when he's destroying himself. Just let him do it. Let him do it. This is not something that we can avoid anyway. It's inevitable. Oh, okay, look. America can go one of two ways here. We had a war before locally that set the country on a path of success, right? I do believe we're at another impasse here where it's not going to be the kind of war that we had during the Civil War. This will be a war of minusing ourselves and let them implode. If we only participate now, we will go to the end of America.
That's right.
We will be at the end of America. You let them do what they're going to do, because there's not more of them than there are us. They'll run out of steam eventually. Trust me, they'll run out of steam.
That's right.
We cannot engage though. And I think we get too tied up trying to make friends and make peace. And can't make peace with the devil. It's not going to happen. You let them do what they're doing. Leave them alone. However, keeping yourself safe is of paramount importance. So when you see stuff like, oh, you're going to plan to go to the inauguration, I hate to say it like this, possibly rethink it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
Just rethink it. You can watch it on TV. It'll be the most viewed on TV. Swearing in, J6, all just stay away from these large gatherings so that one, you're safe, and two, you don't give them any ammunition to say that you guys did something. It's just advice. You don't have to take it. I know you might think this is a once in a lifetime thing, you know. No, you can watch it, you can record it, and it'll definitely be a once in a lifetime because you'll have it. But please, I'm asking you for your own safety and to make sure that these people expose themselves, let them, because you never know. They might drive a couple of trucks in there.
Yep.
And you're done. Why would you risk that? Stay home. Stay home. Support your president from a different location. Make them think twice about now they only blow up themselves and let them do that to themselves. Look, I personally don't care if they end themselves. That's not my concern. If you're stupid enough to do it, do it. I have zero concern about your well-being. I don't care about the left. I don't care about the perverse. I don't care about the vile, and I don't care about the evil. If that's what you choose, just make sure you know that I don't care whether you live or die. I really don't. I'm not wishing for you to die, but if you want it, I'm not stopping you. I'm not, because you're stupid enough to do it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm just advising people who are smarter to not go amongst them. That's all.
Yeah, and to Marlon's point, you have to understand how the dark entities of this, the deep state, whatever you want to call them, the cabal, the deep state, they work. The citizens of any country, and I'm speaking, let's talk about America, we're nothing to them. We're nothing but cattle. We're nothing but bodies. So don't think for a second they would sacrifice hundreds of Americans in one place to prove a point, because they will. So the best thing, just stay out of it.
Stay out of it.
Protect your family, protect your home, and just be defiant. I personally, I'm not listening to anything they say. I'm going to protect my family, but I'm not listening to anything they say. Any of the rules that if it comes to that point, I'm not listening. I'm not following them. Do this. Nope. Do this. Nope. And if every American stood by that, as Marlon stated, they cannot control 330 million Americans. If everybody just said, screw that, I'm not following your orders. Because this is what they want. They want total control. They want to control us all. They want to place us in areas to where they can know where we're going, who we're seeing, what we're doing, what we're buying, what we're watching, what we put in our bodies, what we're eating. And we're just going along to get along. And the more you give them, the more they take. The more they tell you to shut up and you shut up, the more they take. Defiance is the only way. And I'm not saying going out here just breaking the law just to break the law. I'm not saying that. If it's not constitutional, this is what I live by. If it doesn't fall under the Constitution, I don't care. That's it.
The thing about that statement, Wendy, is this. If you notice, what he hasn't done is what? Promote people to show up. By now, that's all he would have been doing. He would have been saying, make sure you turn out, make sure you come, make this the biggest event ever. He has not said a thing about people showing up. I'm not saying he knows something, but I'm saying he might know something.
Yeah.
He might be at least aware and not be able to say, we need you to not show up. I don't know. But normally he's out there telling everybody, don't forget to show the big, we got to hit the biggest numbers. We're going to have the biggest crowd ever. And then the inauguration. And he hasn't said that, not even in one meeting, not one public event, not even in a tweet, not in a truth, nothing.
Yep. That's true.
That should be a hint to people that he might be concerned about it too.
That's true. Okay.
I'm just saying, I know the man's behavioral patterns are normally that of braggadocious and grandiose thought processes, but he hasn't been doing that. He's been quite quiet about it. He's talking on occasional things, but he has not said for people to show up. And I think part of him is concerned about it. And would he come forward and say something? Hopefully, but I don't think he will. I think if he did that, you might show our hand of us knowing what their plan is. I think it's better if he stays quiet. And we, the ground people, make up our own minds to not do it. Because here's the other thing. Suppose he says, don't show up. Now you're a cult in people's minds. Now you just solidified. Oh, they're a cult. They don't do whatever he told them not to do and whatever he does. Just make up for yourself the mind that you are not going to be in an area where they can end up hurting you.
Yep.
They took 3 shots at the dude. Well, 4 if you count the truck.
And killed a civilian.
Okay. So I wouldn't, for me, I wouldn't want to be around these people. They are capable of this stuff. Okay. They are very capable of violence. The left is not opposed to violence.
Yep.
It is their only access point that they can use. If they cannot hurt you verbally, they'll try and kill you physically.
This is true.
This is how they operate. We have to be on the defense at this point, but we also have to think smartly. Putting yourself in situations where it's unnecessarily to be there, don't do that. Stay away from the large crowds. If that means you have to not do rallies for a while, don't go to rallies. Just don't go. Is it that important to show your solidarity when you already voted? You don't need to. You don't need to.
And the same thing goes to wearing your Trump gear and all this other stuff. Is it that important to wear a Trump hat out in public when we've won already? You know, you got to kind of blend back into society, because right now, anybody that supported Trump is a target.
Mm-hmm.
We are targets. And just know that these people, these leftists, some of these people are lunatics. They are absolutely insane, and they wouldn't even care if they got rid of what they considered a fascist walking amongst them. They feel that it's just any amount of violence they put on people, they do to people. So the best thing is just stay away.
If you watch the footage from the New Orleans, is that where it's happened, right? Was it New Orleans?
The one with the truck, the first, the white truck, yeah.
Okay. I saw, unfortunately, I'm not going to show it to you, but I saw footage of the aftermath. And it is carnage incarnate. And to think that and I'm going to say it, to think that the current American administration okayed this is insane to me. But then again, I have to remember 9/11.
Yep.
I always have to go back to all these operations that they've had before, the things that the people that they've killed just because they wanted. When you start remembering things like Waco, when you start remembering things like 9/11,
Ruby Ridge,
Oklahoma City bombing, Ruby Ridge, when you start thinking of all these things that they blamed individuals for, but it was too much of a coordination for it to be just one individual, the Las Vegas shooting, the government, whenever it, and I'm going to say it, the majority of the time, whenever it's a leftist government in there, they end the citizens.
Yep.
They implement a fear tactic of some sort to get people to be more compliant. They will kill you before taking your no. That is what they're capable of. We need to go to war. Don't need to go to war. All right. Kill 3,000 people. Watch them want to go to war.
Yep.
This is what they do. Okay. When you find a good regime, it's good, but when you don't, it's really bad.
And when Americans are awakened to their tactics, you got to follow the patterns of our government. You know, I remember when 9/11 happened, everybody was on the war train. You know, America this, America war. And then as I started getting older and I started reading history, I started looking at the patterns, you know. And the number one thing that they bet on is the support of the American people. So it's easy for them to make something happen, and they create this tragedy to get the American people to get behind it. If we can get the majority of American people to get behind that Trump supporters are terrorists, they just ran over a bunch of people saying that guy was a Trump supporter, if he was, which he wasn't. We win.
Mm-hmm.
And now we force the Trump supporters to back up and hide out and make them go in the shadows because we got the support of the majority. Same thing goes with war. Let's kill 3,000 people. It was this country that did it. We don't know. We're just believing what they tell us. And what does the American people do? They get behind the war effort. So anything that they're doing, you got to understand, don't just get behind it automatically. You have to question it. Use your critical thinking and question it. Does it look right? Does it feel right? Something doesn't look right about this. Dissect everything they tell you. And this is what we do on this podcast. We go through and we look at everything. That doesn't look right. Don't just fall for anything these people throw at you because they're trying to get us to bow so they can be the all-seeing creators of all us peasants. No, ain't gonna happen.
Tried that before. We're a little bit better off mentally now. We're not going to fall for it twice. Oh, okay. Well, some of us are not going to fall for it twice, which is why we're asking people to not fall for it twice.
Don't fall for it.
I'll say this. They got us before, and they're going to get us again if we continue to give into this idea that you're untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's admit one thing. They have the control. Okay? As much as we might say we're the majority, that might be, but we're not the majority in control. We're just here as the majority, but we are being controlled by people who are in the minority. Let's just admit this, okay? We can admit that and be fine. They have the stronghold, which means they control the narrative. They control the talking point. They control the angles. If that's the case, our goal is to just not participate.
Yep.
I keep trying to tell people, stop participating. It won't have the impact they want. And if it does have an impact, it'll only impact their people, which is what you want. If they want to dress up as what was that KKK group or the Nazi group that the FBI?
Oh, the Patriot Front.
Patriot Front. Don't even engage them. Let them go where they go. Have nothing to say to them. If you see them, just walk like they don't even exist.
Yep.
Let them die on their own terms. Let them go out the way they want to go out. We have nothing to do with them. Don't even say, I have nothing to do with it. Just ignore them all together. If you do that, watch how little power they have and watch who ends up being harmed. It'll be them. Then you can laugh. You can point the finger and be glad that they took out themselves. When the garbage takes itself out, I'll be happy. I mean, if I can find a shovel that shovels the snow for itself, I'm going to do it. All right. But I'm going to be acting like I got blinders. I ain't seeing nothing. I'll be that one dude at the crime scene that the cops walk up and say, did you see it? Huh? I'm blind.
I see.
I'm blind. I don't know what's going on. I'm blind. But you were just seeing me coming out. That was I get one view put for lifetime. That was my only view. I'm blind. I was given one view, and that was it. I saw you coming, so I said, I'm blind.
You know, in a free society, supposedly free, it's free individuals. Anything you participate in a free society that the government tries to coerce you into participate in, you deserve whatever you get. You know, they're not coercing me to do anything. And take your money. All right, I guess you're going to do that. We're going to do this. Okay, I guess you're going to do that. That's how defiant I am. Until that point happens, I'm going to continue to live my life and do what I want. I'm not going to be breaking the law, but I'm not going to participate in their games, their fear tactics. You see that stuff on TV, change the channel. A new virus, change the channel. Don't even be irrelevant to it. Because that's what they want. They want fear, so you participate. You participate, they're in control. And once they're in control, they just keep adding and adding and creating and creating. The more control they have, the less freedoms we have. And we're giving them up willingly as citizens.
Precisely, Benita. Precisely. Once you're aware, stop giving them the time of day and power.
Yep.
In fact, and y'all might think I'm bad for this. I know y'all gonna think I'm bad for this, considering what I do on the mornings, but I say it on the morning show too anyway. I will embarrass the mess out of you. I will insult you till the cows come home before I have a conversation with you. I'm not going to have a conversation with stupid. I'm not going to have a conversation with vile. I'm not. I don't have to have a conversation with you because you're doing it knowing better and deciding to do that. So why am I trying to converse with you? And if you don't know, then I'm not conversing with you because you're too stupid to know the truth. So I'm definitely not going to get anywhere that way. In fact, it'd be more frustrating if you tell me you don't know while doing something stupid. I don't have the patience for that.
That's fact.
So no way. So there's no avenue for me to have a conversation with you. And I'm not going to because it's mentally draining, emotionally draining, and retarded to do so. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Fact. And
it's like trying to talk to a dog's butt to coerce poop to come out. I'm not doing that either.
Being awakened is a very, very lonely place because you can't relate to a lot of people because a lot of people are still programmed to do what they're told to do by the people they think that have their best interests at heart. When you're awakened, you know that these people that we supposedly vote in are human beings with bad intentions, just like anybody on the street. That's the way you look at them. What are the intentions behind them telling me this? What are they gaining from this? They can care less about you. They don't know you. When they say the American people, they ain't talking about you. They're talking about the American people that pay them. Remember that.
Yep. Yep.
Or whoever pays them. It ain't us.
The last thing he said, this is the last thing Trump tweeted. I'm looking at it 18 hours ago. Our country is a disaster, a laughingstock all over the world. This is what happens when you have open borders with weak and ineffective and virtually non-existent leadership. DOJ, FBI, Democrat, state, local prosecutors have not done their job. They are incompetent and corrupt, having spent all their waking hours unlawfully attacking their political opponents, me, rather than focusing on protecting Americans from the outside and inside violent scum that have infiltrated all aspects of our government and our nation itself. Democrats should be ashamed of themselves for allowing this to happen. They can't be ashamed of themselves, Donald. They do not have shame.
Nope.
I mean, I get that but you're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. You can't at this point. I'm sorry, I can't call it. I'm not asking them to be ashamed because they don't know what shame is. For allowing this to happen to our country, the CIA must get involved now before it's too late. The USA is breaking down. A violent erosion of safety, national security, and democracy is taking place all over our nation. Only strength and powerful leadership will stop it. See you on January 20th. Make America great again.
Now I
go ahead.
I'm sorry. And I will say if everything goes right, Trump gets in there. Those first few weeks are going to be rough for the American people because he's coming in swinging. He's going to have a ton of executive orders that he's going to sign. You're going to see him shake the system up. There's going to be a lot of people, Cash Patel's going after, a lot of these corrupt people. You're going to see it. Right now, we don't think it's happening, but there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen up until inauguration. Just be aware of that and always prepare yourselves. Don't worry.
All right. So I got one more. I'm going to show you this. This is good. This is very good. This proves a little bit of what we were talking about. Oh, buddy. Copy. Close. Let's do this. And so let's set the world on fire. All right, let's see this. This is a footage of the aftermath of the explosion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the wall. Look at the entry doors.
Nothing.
Not even the Trump insignia got knocked off.
Yep.
Just a vehicle fire. And so there's going to be a drone video that plays to my left again. You'll see as the fire initially, they covered it with.
And look how good the camera works now.
To try to get it to go out. Once the fire went out through the suppression efforts of the fire department, you'll see some of the evidence in the back of the vehicle. So those are gasoline canisters. They are camp fuel canisters and large firework mortars.
The truck's not even fully exploded. It just kind of contained.
But I also would like you to pay attention to on that video, as you see that, it looks like the exterior of that truck is completely intact as it sits there. The fact that this was a cyber truck really limited the damage that occurred inside of the valet, because it had most of the blast go up through the truck and out. In fact, if you look on that video, you'll see that the front glass doors at the Trump hotel were not even broken by that blast.
There you go. Not even broken.
In front of. You can see that in the video there.
So, okay. So let me ask a question. Are they idiotic to pick the Cybertruck, or they were so involved in symbolism of it being an Elon product that they didn't do their due diligence in checking to see if it would have blow up all the way?
I think they were just so wrapped up in symbolism, and on top of that, they had the Tesla truck in front of Trump Tower. And then they said that this guy, the veteran or the Green Beret, was using Signal, using encrypted messages. And, they already don't like Signal. So, you got to think of everything that they're trying to play. They're, especially when it comes to Signal, they're going to be like, you see, all these people can plan these attacks using Signal because the messages are encrypted and we can't track their messages. It just gives the government it just gives them more freaking power to get into the people's personal lives, because a lot of people use Signal to send messages because it's all encrypted. So Tesla truck, they can say, oh, Elon Musk's truck was used in a terrorist attack in front of Trump Towers, and the people are mad because Donald Trump's getting elected and the truck was used, and then he used Signal and we couldn't track them because the Signal messages are encrypted. We ain't stupid, government or deep state. No. We ain't stupid. We know what you guys are doing.
There was a song, your dadgum government.
Hey, and you. Yeah. Do you got the picture of his IDs? Did I send that?
I'm looking.
I thought I sent them.
If you have it, that'd be good. If not, try and send it again.
Yeah.
Rumble is still going, right? Yeah. Okay, good. I haven't seen a comment come through in a bit. If you find it, there's just too much, man. There's too much unknown, too much, what would you call it? Coincidence for it to be a one-off, that this was just accidental. This guy didn't have a plan. This was an internal plan. They knew exactly what they were doing, but they got caught up. Just like, look, it's no different than a lot of the events that they try to do. Sometimes they'll get caught because they get too caught up in trying to do symbolism. Questions get risen. The shooting at Trump from the guy on top of that building, right? They tried to make it look so obvious, but it was way too obvious and made too many flags, and red flags happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the thing is, I'm not saying that the intelligence agencies are not smart. I just think they really believe that their job on making the American population stupid is 100% foolproof.
Yep.
So they're not as intricate in their planning as they could be. That's what I believe. I think they do. They think they don't need to be, because now look at it this way. Want proof in my statement? Operation Paperclip and Mockingbird happened when the American population had a higher IQ.
Yes.
Right? They kept it way more covert. It was way more influential, and they did it almost seamlessly. As the American population got more dumb, they could afford to lax in their planning because they could get away with more with hiding less.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it has to do with technology. It's so easy to manipulate things and, put AI or, CGI or, Photoshop, whatever. So it's easily to manipulate things. So a lot of times you'll see things and it's a manipulated video or a photo. And that really dumps us down, because now it became harder for us to identify the truth from what they show us on TV.
Right.
Back then, they didn't have all that. So what you saw is what you saw. Now we sit back and we question a lot more. So they could be showing us the truth, but what do Americans do? Oh, that's fake. See that? That's AI. Oh, you see that? That's Photoshopped. And a lot of times they're telling you straight up what they're doing. It's just that we're too stupid to identify it.
Yep. And look, stay woke. This is the relight. I think this is really woke, not what they consider woke.
I sent IDs.
Stay awakened.
Awakened.
All right. So
even IDs look fishy to me, man. Just something just off. It's just something's funny.
I'm gonna give you my 2 cents about it here in a second. Just watch. Okay, just wait.
Yeah.
Just oh my god. People, I'm laughing for a reason, and when you see what I'm about to show you, you'll understand why I smirk. The biggest reason I'm smirking, okay, is pretty stinking obvious when you really think about it. Okay, here we go. This is the first image, and I want you all to tell me what jumps out at you most. All right, here's the first one. This is his passport, right?
Yeah.
2 spots are burned, nothing really else. Looks like maybe water damage or whatever. All right, that's his passport. Now, if you have a passport, you know that sometimes the pages have a little bit of a film on them, so that it preserves a little bit better. Okay. Now, second picture, and I'll tell you what I gather from both of these. What do you think I gather from both of these? Anybody? And it's pretty, to me, it's pretty stinking obvious. The one thing that got preserved
his face.
The face.
Yeah, his face. It's the only thing that got preserved.
Bro, come on, man.
And
come on.
It looks like somebody took a cigarette to that.
It
doesn't, or a lighter. It doesn't look like it was in a flame because the edges aren't burnt. You know what I mean? That's direct. That's something direct like that.
That's a clean picture of his face too, man. That's good.
Yeah, those are direct burn marks, like a lighter or something. They just took a lighter to it. Same with the passport. It looks like somebody flipped it open, took a little lighter to that part right there, burnt it up a little bit, and closed it. How did the flame, if the passport, let's say the passport was closed, he probably had it somewhere, glove compartment, I don't know. How did the flame get under the flap to burn right there where his picture was? Nothing else was burned around it. It didn't burn through like a book. It went under the flap and just burnt that little spot in the crease.
That's one spot.
It makes no sense. And obviously, this ID was probably in his, I guarantee it was in his wallet or something. In his wallet, in his pocket. Most operators, most military people carry those plastic wallets, the ones with the RFID chip blocker, or they usually have a nice big wallet. So my question is, where's his driver's license?
Thank you.
Show us something else. They showed a military ID for sensationalism. Look, here's his military ID.
Passport. And a
passport.
But no driver's license.
I think we're stupid. We're not stupid.
No wallet.
This looks stupid. Where's his wallet? Show the wallet that was burnt up. If he was burnt to a crisp, where did you get this from? Where was it sitting at?
Now, I saw somebody show a picture of him, and they said it was him, just laying with a tattoo on his arm. So I don't know if he was actually burned.
Hold on now. I got that too. I'm going to send it to you. Now, I want you to look at this tattoo. I want you to look at the tattoo. Tell me, I got a bunch of tattoos, but I want you to look at this tattoo and look at it compared to the other ones. I don't know what type of tattoo that is. It's like some weird tattoo, but it just don't look right. Look,
let's look upon it, sir.
It don't look right, man. I got a bunch. You know what I mean?
Copy. Boom. All right, look at it
there. I want you to really look at it. Look at it.
I'm going to tell you what that is. That is drawn over.
That's right. That's a Photoshop tattoo, man. Look at it. Look at it compared.
No, absolutely zero tattoos are that dark.
No. And then
unless
look at it.
He just got that done, and he wouldn't have no wrap on that. That's that.
And it overlaps the other one. No one. Look, he has one on his elbow. And what was he trying to? Why would he put that
right there? And it don't bend. Come on, man.
And that's a symbol for hazard. That's a hazardous material symbol, right? So why would he get a hazardous material symbol on his arm? And look at his sleeves. Now look at it. Most people, he's not going to put a tattoo there. That's a full sleeve. So he's got this Photoshop. Tell me that don't look Photoshop. Zoom in. Let it look. I'm telling you, zoom in. Look at this thing.
That is dumb.
You can't fool nobody. They're saying that's
Let's go in. Let's go in. Watch.
Look at this. You're telling me that's
Come on, man.
Look at that bottom right corner, Martin. Look at that bottom right corner. You're telling me that's not Photoshop. That's what they're trying to tell me.
I have done my share of art on the computer, and I'm telling you right now, that tattoo is not real.
That's not real. Anybody who has a tattoo out there, or anybody who has multiple, like myself, a lot. I looked at that right away. I said, that ain't real. That is not a real tattoo. What type of ink are they using? I mean, I've seen some blacked out tattoos, but that doesn't look real. That looks Photoshop. And I know there's a program where you can tell it's something Photoshop, man, but I just don't know what it is. But that's Photoshop. They think we're stupid. That's how dumb they are. They do it right in front of our face because, as Marlon stated earlier, a lot of Americans are dumb. I hate to say it. The average IQ in America is 98. A lot of them don't have the critical thinking skills. They can't look at something and say, whoa. You got a lot of people right now in America that looked at this and said, man, look at this tattoo. That's his tattoo. I looked at it and said, that's fake. That ain't real. I don't know, America. We'll let you look at it and figure
y'all
it
can
out.
decide that one, but that I'm sorry, but that don't look nowhere near real, bro.
Look at everybody. Total Photoshop. That's a Photoshop. That don't look real.
Okay, here's why we think that. Outside of the way it is positioned, there's no bend to it, and when you bend your elbow, you always have a crease. They took the crease out of his arm. I'm gonna show you again when I watch. Right, the crease of his arm is gone. Okay, it's gone. There's no crease. It's not even bent anymore. It's just a rounded arm. That whole section here is just round. No flesh bent. Look, I am not the biggest dude, but when I bend my arm, regardless of how much muscle, or you would see a little crease, a hump, something. The man has no form on his arm, none.
They're just so fake. Like,
come on, man.
So fake. I mean, just that and just the tattoo in itself. Dude has a full sleeve. I don't know anyone that put a lot of work into their body that would get a tattoo like that, just in a random place, just right there on the arm. Just what's the purpose of it? It doesn't tie into the sleeve. It's just there.
He's trying to make a statement, man.
World
War Z, you know.
These people, I'm telling you, need to use your critical thinking skills. And anything the mainstream media, these central casting politicians, anything they show us, man, you need to really, really think about and listen to what they're saying. And use your critical thinking skills, because they always slip up. What's called a fraudulent, what's called Freudian slip?
Freudian slip, yeah.
The Freudian slip. You got to listen for those things. And they always throw it in there. And they'll show you some bullcrap photo. Just dissect the photos. Look at the photos objectively.
That's too funny.
that was automatic when I saw it. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this? Did they really expect us to believe this? Every tattoo person out there saw that. They were like, look at this.
Come on, look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this.
Oh, man.
All I'm knowing is that, look, people, stay away from the large events.
Yeah.
Stop. Just walk away from it. You'll have plenty of events to go to after this is all said and done. But for the interim, at least until the middle of the year, do not go to these events where they want to have these big meetups, especially when they say it's a conservative. Please don't. Okay? Mm-hmm. They are looking for any and all reasons to either enact power over you or to frame you for something. Don't give them the opportunity. That's all I'm asking you. You can afford to miss it. Okay? You can afford to miss it. Please. For your own safety. But if you don't, you don't. You see, look, the thing is, the front of the truck, only the glass got exploded because it exploded out the back. The top of the truck is intact. So unless he had explosives in the front seat, there was no way he could have been burnt to a crisp.
No.
Unless, of course, the residual fire because he was already dead from the gunshot. So
unless he doused himself in gasoline.
Yeah.
Gunshot. autopilot to in front of Trump Tower, and then it went off, and then it set him ablaze. That's the only way I could think. Yeah.
Look, either way, it don't make no sense. And I'm glad nobody else got hurt but him. That's all I'm glad about.
Yeah.
That should happen more often. If you start to even remote, like this is what I wish for the subway, that in his effort to try and light that lady on fire, the lighter fell on him and burned his behind up. That's what I wish that happened, instead of having an innocent person die.
Or he fell on the tracks.
It fell on the track. Something stupid happened to him. That would have been great. Yeah. Instant punishment. Instant. That'd have been great. But it didn't happen. And unfortunately, the woman got killed, and he should have never been here to begin with. But I digress. The point is this. If you are planning to do anything publicly with this particular events or rallies, don't go. Take it or leave it. Those are just my 2 cents of advice. I'm not the most intelligent person. I'm just saying what I see. Okay? We'll be back Monday. And when we do come back, we're going to have another good show. We don't ever not have good shows, really. But we're going to try and have a conversation more so about what exactly, because we'll be close to the 6th. Monday will be the 5th. And we more likely will be, we might as well be live on Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday, or just Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday to cover it either way, depending on what time it is.
We might get some good footage, live of them. Yeah. We'll see, man. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
If that turns out, we'll discuss it over the weekend, and we'll decide whether we do the show Monday or do it on Tuesday or do both. I guess a lot of it will be availability to decide it, but I think it'd be good to air the Jan 6th. Oh, Monday is the 6th. Yes, that's right. Monday is the 6th.
Monday is the 6th.
Monday is the 6th. Yeah. You see, I'm thinking the 5th is when kids go back to school, but the 5th is when their vacation is over.
Oh, man.
So we'll be fine. We'll just air it on the 6th. That'll be our day. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for the correction. So we'll be there. See you guys Monday to discuss the signing of the votes, or the insurrection of the votes.
And one more thing, just remember, America, nothing can stop what is coming. And where we go one, we go all. Just
we
remember
go 5.
Just saying.
All right, people. We out. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and our t-shirt. You know what? I almost forgot the t-shirt. I almost forgot. I cannot leave here without showing you our t-shirts, man.
Yes.
We got them prepped out, and we have to show it to you because it's pretty cool.
I like
if I say so myself. All right. It's not the most intricate of designs. It's very simple. Okay. Very, very simple. So here you go. This is number 1. This is the front of the shirt. Okay. This is the front of the shirt. BAN, gunshots on it. And then on the back. All right. So this is our new shirt. That's on the back. Go check it out.
Yes.
All right. If you're of a melanation, make sure you grab you one. I'm going to be ordering mine here in a bit. And
I'm going to order mine. I'm going to wear out in public to see how people react, get reaction. Yeah.
Anyway, get yours today. You might be missing out on some good conversation with people who think like you. Yeah. Love y'all. Have a grand one. We'll see you guys on Monday. We out. Peace.
Whoa.